said he believed the Lakers got, quote, a lot better with the signing. Fox Sports NBA analyst Chris Broussard is with us. Chris, who won the buyout market in your opinion?
Well, look, they both did well. And I tell you what, the Lakers had better have gotten Andre Drummond after the Nets added LaMarcus Aldridge to go with Blake Griffin. So both improved their depth, their versatility, and they added, big-time talent, even if the Nets guys aren't in their prime. If I have to pick one team, I'm going with the Nets just because they got two players to the Lakers' one. And we understand neither Blake Griffin nor LaMarcus Aldridge is still in their prime. And to be honest, that's good because it wouldn't work. There's no way it would work if those two were still perennial all-star talents with the other three guys. It's just too many guys that will want and need the ball. But now that they understand their role players, I think they can help the Nets. Now, a big challenge for the Nets is going to be Steve Nash having to figure out how, when, and where to use these guys because they can go big with DeAndre Jordan and Aldridge or Blake at the 4 and KD at the 3. They can go small, which I really like their small possibilities of Blake Griffin, Kevin Durant at the 4 and the 5. But here's the thing, too, guys. Their most effective offensive lineup has been the small ball lineup with Jeff Green at center. But it's got problems defensively, as you might imagine. Now you can theoretically put Aldridge at your 5 and still play small because he can spread the floor. You saw him in the highlight. He has extended his range to three-point range. I'm not saying he's great, but he's adequate from three-point range. But yet on the other end, he gives you more rim protection. He's not Shaq or anything down there, but he does give you a little more interior defense than a Jeff Green would. So that small ball lineup should be better defensively. What they have to do, here's a key for the Nets. Aldridge and Blake have got to have the mentality that Dwight Howard had for the Lakers last year, where it's like, hey, I came here for one reason. That's to win a championship. It's not to put myself in position to make more money next year. It's not to come here and put up numbers. And there may be games and even series where I don't play a lot, depending on the matchups. But I still have to be engaged and supportive of my teammates. If they do that, man, it's going to be very hard. I don't know that anybody can stop them if they're fully healthy.
So you say you like Blake Griffin, bad knees, who plays every other night, and LaMarcus Aldridge. But I like the 27-year-old that's led the league in rebounding 3 of the last 4 years, who's averaging 18 and 14, who averages 13 rebounds for a career. So let me ask you a question. Of those three guys, Andre Drummond, Blake Griffin, and LaMarcus Aldridge, currently, which is the better player? Chris, that's
one better player, probably Drummond, but Drummond's somewhat of a dinosaur, Shannon. You know that.
So,
he's a bit of a dinosaur.
So what is the guy that has bum knees that is no longer athletic? So what is he, Blake Griffin?
I tell you what, he's good with 3 stars on the floor with him because he had 17 points in 20 minutes the other night.
So what is Andre Drummond going to be?
All these role players, they're better with Harden and Kyrie on the floor, not to mention KD.
So what is
Drummond? They're going to get easy looks.
What is Drummond going to be with LeBron and AD?
Drummond will be good against Jokic and Rudy Gobert. He'll be huge for them. But there are going to be times where he's a defensive liability if the big man can take it outside and shoot threes, like Aldridge if he's at the 5.
Well, if Aldridge was doing that good, why would they get rid of him? But that's neither here nor there. I like what they did because they got a guy that can rebound. Like you say, at this juncture, Andre Drummond is a better rebounder than Dwight Howard at his age and JaVale McGee. No question about that. He's a better offensive weapon than those two guys, especially Dwight at his age. JaVale has really never been. Now, is he as good a defender as Dwight? That's debate. We can debate that with he and JaVale. But given those other two aspects, scoring the basketball, rebounding the basketball, he can rim protect, something that they did not have, something that Marc Gasol has turned into a liability, and Trez is too small. So I like what they bring to the table. They can play big. They can go AD. AD doesn't like to play the 5 except the last 5 minutes of the ball game. You go Drummond, you go AD, you go LeBron. And if you like KCP, standing there with Schroeder. And then you come up, I like what we got. See you in the finals.
So, Chris, I must admit, I'm sitting over here chuckling to myself, watching my man, LaShannon Sharp, across the table from me become the victory parade marshal for the Lakers again. He is beating the drum for Drummond as the final piece to the championship puzzle, the repeat puzzle. He is saying that Andre Drummond, of all people, somebody I hadn't really even thought about the whole time he's been in the league, is now the savior of the Los Angeles Lakers. The savior. That's what you're telling me. Savior. A guy who has toiled in the shadows, who does not know the spotlight. I feel sorry for Andre Drummond because Laker Nation's going to say, show us. You are our man. Save us. And he will not be capable of saving you.
Yes, he does. Just do your job. Rebound and give us a couple of points here and there.
He is 6'10", 280 pounds. He will shrink under the bright, hot spotlight of Laker Nation. You know it, and I know it. He will not be able to stand up to the pressure that you have heaped upon him because he's never felt this before. He's been in 8 playoff games in his career, and he's 0 for 8 because nobody cared, nobody watched.
After 8 seed, he's the 8 seed. He keeps saying that, Chris, but he went against the #1 seed Cavs and the #1 seed Milwaukee Bucks. When Jordan was the 8 seed and went against the Boston Celtics, Chris Broussard, what was his record, if you don't mind me asking?
Okay, so now Michael Jordan is not the equal of Andre Drummond. That's what you're saying?
Oh, Chris, don't do that. Chris, did you say 63 points and call the L? So now, no, see what you do, Chris? You always do that. Will you stop doing that? I'm not saying Andre Drummond is Michael Jordan. I've never said that. But what I am saying, Andre Drummond was the 8th seed going against the 1 seed.
So I don't even remember him playing in either series, and I watched every dribble of both series. And the point is, I do remember him clanking free throws because in those 8 playoff games, he's 20 of 55 from the free throw line. Under the playoff pressure, that's 36%. It's going to be serious hack Drummond. You cannot play him down the stretch of playoff games because he will be your Achilles heel at the free throw line.
Okay, can I ask you something, Chris Broussard? I want to ask you also, Skip Bayless. Can you tell me the playoff game that you remember Blake Griffin and LaMarcus Aldridge playing in? Give me the game that you remember they had.
The game?
The game.
Oh, I remember one huge one for LaMarcus Aldridge. It was game.
No, I'm not. No, I know they made the playoffs, but the game.
Yeah. I got it. One night against Oklahoma City, at Oklahoma City, I think he made like 14 of 16 jump shots. I've never seen anything like it. He can get as hot from mid-range as anybody in the league. That's how he will help and benefit the Nets in ways that Andre will. Andre is a ball eater in the post. He is high usage rate. He's 31% usage rate to LeBron's 32%. When it goes into him, he's going to try to shoot it, and he doesn't score it that often given his usage rate.
So when Kawhi got injured in Golden State, and they were up 18, and LaMarcus Aldridge was on the floor, what happened? If he that guy, you can't bring an 18-point lead home?
But the point is, he's now a backup for the Brooklyn Nets.
He don't have to be that guy. Yeah.
He's a backup. And by the way...
Look, Shannon,
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Skip.
Well, the point is on LaMarcus Aldridge, he is way underrated as a rim protector, way underrated. He is 6'11". Your guy is 6'10".
Skip is an inch.
Yeah, and by the way, your guy can't really jump. He's a ground-bound 6. He's wide. He's about 6'10" wide.
Yeah.
But LaMarcus is a long 6'11", and boy, he can really protect the rim.
And soft.
He will block shots at the rim.
He ain't blocking no shots.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Chris.
Shannon, look, I'm not as down on Drummond as Skip is. He does improve the Lakers. He gives you an element of what you lost with Dwight and McGee leaving the team. He can rim run, he can score on putbacks and dump-offs, and he can rebound. So he'll get you extra possession.
Thank you.
But there will be a lot of times where he's not going to be on the floor. I mean, you've watched the Lakers this year. They want to spread it out. And LeBron has long wanted it spread out, right? No big man in the middle. So AD played a lot of center against Miami in the finals.
Yeah.
So depending on the matchups and in games, Drummond's not going to be often giving you 30 minutes a night.
No.
So this is just another element for them. It makes them more versatile. But to think those at 18 and 14, it's not going to look anything like that for him playing for the Lakers. Maybe right now while LeBron and AD are out, but not once they get back.
I don't need 18 and 14. I don't need 18 and 14. I need 9 and 11. He can give me that.
So, Chris, I got a final question. Final question for you, Chris Broussard, and you really know this league. Better addition, Rondo to the Clippers or Drummond to the Lakers?
Woo! That's a really good one.
You know what the answer is.
No, he don't. Yeah, no, he don't.
I'm back. I got the Lakers. I think Drummond makes the Lakers the definitive favorite in the West.